am Cherry West, the Red Betty of Edinburgh, and welcome back to another episode of Cherry on Top, the podcast. Honey, we are going to get into all the tea today from Adult Panto with Still Game and all the TV shite, because we have an incredible guest. Oh, are you from Glasgow? Yeah, you're from Glasgow.
I'm the brown berry from Glasgow.
That is ridiculous. We have got the incredible Sanjeev Kohli.
With all the TV shite, thanks for that.
With all the
Just
TV
my
shite.
stuff or all telly shite?
Well, we're going to get into that. That's what we're going to get into. Now, you have been around the streets, around the blocks. Is that right?
Well, yes,
Depends what way you want to
I
put
was
it.
a sex worker for a long time.
Shut up.
Very
Now,
niche. Yeah.
if you didn't know, me and Sanj met because we did Adult Panto together for the full month of January, which was a crazy experience.
It
wasn't
was.
It
It was
absolutely
intense.
It was.
It was
You're
intense.
telling me, God.
Yeah. We were just talking about it before that from reading the scripts to the end of the run was 19 days.
I know.
So that's quite intense.
And it felt like 50.
And like none of us had met before, so it was like amazingly like intense and full on.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was.
So it was your first Panto properly, because you've been asked to do a cover, have you know?
No. I had done a Panto once before, and by the way, got nominated when I did that Panto.
Really? You kept that quiet.
So what happened? No, and you just weren't listening because it didn't directly affect you. No, I tell you what it was. Just because of the weird way, and I'm sure we'll get into this, the weird way that I got into the business and that my weird trajectory within the business, I never did much stage work.
Yeah.
So presenting work, yes, but not live acting work. So I basically started as a radio presenter who got into comedy writing, who got into writing, who got into acting.
Honey,
So,
you've done it all.
so, but it meant that I didn't do stage plays. I didn't do Panto.
Yeah.
There were a couple of near misses. One, I had a bit of a profile. I was approached, but then diaries didn't work or whatever. And then it was, I want to say 4 years ago, lovely Gav Mitchell, who plays Bobby in Still Game.
Yes.
He had to pull out of the SEC Panto because he had long COVID. And it was September of that year. Now, what normally happens is, and I'm sure you know this, they tend to cast Pantos. Pantos tend to be at Christmas.
Yeah.
They tend to cast them by, March. They know who
Yeah,
their
they
cast
do it
is, right?
fast, yeah.
And it tends to be the same actors because you go to the same people. So September came, Gav pulled out. So then they're scrabbling about who's left that isn't doing a Panto already.
Yeah.
Hiya. So they approached me.
So you did the full run?
I did the full run.
I thought you just covered. Right, okay, that makes
No,
sense.
I did I covered the full run.
Yeah.
So
That's where I got
I was
confused.
Abanazar in
that's
in
fierce.
and it was Gary Tank Commander
Yeah, he's
as
fab.
Aladdin.
Oh my gosh.
So that was great fun. So I mean, as much acting as I've done on TV and radio, and by that point I'd done the Still Game live shows, which were at the Hydro. So
Yeah.
that was a proper big deal. But
Do you know, after Panto, I went and watched them all on TikTok, and I when you were like walking, I was watching them all, guys. When you were walking like past all the audience with like popcorn. And
Oh, God,
stuff, that was
yeah.
fucking hilarious. And the set was crazy.
I
Like
mean,
I
it
was
was-
like, wow.
it was huge. But even having done that, I still felt a bit like, well, I'm not a Panto star. How's this going to
you
go?
are.
And also bear in mind, right, that anyone that knows my character from Still Game, Navid is really deadpan.
Yeah.
He's very like this. You dead, you cheeky bastard.
And that's what you were like
So,
in Panto.
No, but this is the thing. With Panto, you got to...
Yeah, you've got.
So I'm thinking, have I got this in the tank? And then we did the thing, and it went pretty well, I thought. And then I get an email from my agent saying, oh, congratulations, you've been nominated for Best Newcomer at UK Panto.
That's crazy.
At the age of 51, newcomer. I think so. So
Christ.
and I'm thinking, is this a wind up? But no, it was real. I went down to London. It was in a theatre in London, and there's Christopher Biggins, and there's all the people.
Wow.
And I lost
Oh,
to Judge Rinder, who had done some Panto in Southampton,
girl.
and I was annoyed to find out he's younger than me. So, yeah. So
But at least you still got nominated though. That's
no.
Like, such
Well
a
chuffed,
huge
well chuffed,
achievement.
well
Wow,
chuffed,
that's
yeah.
so good.
yeah.
But it is crazy, as you said. Like we were only like working together for like 19 days, but it was so intense, and it was literally 9 till like 6 p.m. every day, and then some like longer.
Yeah.
From like doing the actual show.
I mean, that's not that intense, but you're just profoundly lazy.
Fuck off. It was enough for me to
It
get out
was
the bed.
intense. It was hard work. It was like being down a mine.
me going to the kitchen is hard work, so you can imagine how.
No,
hard
but to
it
be
was.
fair, when you think of the usual kind of time you'd spend doing Panto, and you've done Panto, so you know, like usually 2 weeks at least for rehearsal,
Yeah.
and then the run. And we did 9 days or
Yeah,
something,
it was
if that.
insane.
Great. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I
It was-
had so much fun.
yeah, and it was a really, really good experience. And working with really, really good people. So yeah.
I mean, as soon as like I originally got asked for it from like Galen Reese, and I told mom and dad that like you were doing it, they were like, "Oh my gosh, that is like so crazy!" That like they were like, "He's in Still Game," and I was like,
What's
"I don't know
Still
what
Game?
that is." So I was like, "I better go check." But no, it was honestly such a like a delight being around you, and like you were always just like high spirits, and I'd always come to your dressing room and you'd be like, "Fuck off," but you'd always wear like. So
You are quite loud, Cherry.
I know.
I'll be honest. We're trying to prepare, and I'm joking.
You're trying to mentally prepare for a show, and I'm like, "Woo!" You always used to come in with like match. You're not doing it today, actually, but you'd wear matching socks.
Okay. This is
Are
a
you
thing.
doing
This
it
is a
today?
recent. Not today.
Okay.
Funny you say that though, because I had been. This is really boring, but I was walking my dog earlier,
Right.
and I had a different fit on,
Right.
and these were the socks I was wearing.
Okay.
And when I put this on, I did have a pair of sky blue, because I've matched the t-shirt to that,
Right. Okay.
and I thought, well, I've got.
well,
that
the black goes with the socks.
It does, but I have made a conscious decision last wee while to up my sock game.
Yeah.
Because I've changed the trousers that I wear now tend to showcase the sock a bit more than they used
Okay,
to.
yeah.
So I have to think about the sock game.
Yeah.
So I've upped the sock game. So I
Right.
should have worn orange socks, and I apologise for I've ruined Christmas for everyone.
I mean,
I
this
should have
is-
worn orange socks, and I've just disappointed all of Scotland. I'm sorry.
You know you're getting old when all you're thinking about is what socks you're going to wear.
But
No, really
my
kidding.
pants completely match.
It was great
Just to
though.
let you know.
Oh, do they? Oh, that's lovely. It was cool though. Like you'd literally wear like a blue jumper and blue socks, and I was like, that is such a cute detail that like
Yeah, yeah.
I would never think of doing.
It might be the mathematician in me, because you know I've got a maths degree.
Well, you do dress like a maths teacher, so I
A
think.
supply maths teacher, the funky maths teacher that everyone wants to play badminton with.
Do they? I hated
Yes.
maths supply teachers in school. Like we'd always take the piss at them.
Yeah, and this is why we have this chemistry.
That's very true.
in another life, I would be a maths teacher.
Well, yeah.
And I
so,
would dress like this.
So let's talk about that. So you've got a degree in maths, which is all you spoke about the film.
I know. I like to educate. What can I do?
Well, you actually there was so much that you said and that would just go over my head that you taught me about like life. So it was nice.
Name
But,
one thing.
don't ask me
Name one
to
thing
say
right now that I taught you that stayed
You
with
taught me something about like countries and stuff. I don't really remember, but I remember thinking in the moment like, oh, I never knew that. You did.
I did. I remember telling you the word gullible has been taken out of the dictionary. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and I was like, has it actually? But then that was me being gullible.
Hmm.
But no, there was times where we were sat in the studio and like me, you, and Galen, we had a big conversation. I mean, I don't remember it, but I remember having a
you have
conversation.
to remind that you're still 19
Yeah,
and I'm 55. So I
That's-
just know more shit.
yeah.
And when you get to 55, you'll start wearing cardigans like this, and you
Well, yeah.
will
I would
start
love to wear
spouting
stuff like
maths
that.
to strangers.
Yeah, that's true. But so talk me through your degree in maths. Like, how did you
Okay.
never even wanted to be in the industry and like
No,
TV
no, no,
and
no.
stuff?
So,
It's
so my
crazy.
kind of like, and I'll try not to be long and boring about it. I mean, from the age of about 10 or 11, I thought I wanted to be a doctor, right?
Oh wow, okay.
Because I've got my eyes are fucked. So
Really?
I've got a thing called glaucoma, which is the pressure inside your eye. So you know, like your eye's a ball and it's full of liquid.
Yeah.
So there's a pressure that makes it a ball, right?
Right.
Imagine, like, I know that you're not a massive football fan, but you know what a football is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
familiar.
sometimes footballs lose a bit of air and they go a bit wrinkly and saggy.
Right. Is
Am
that
I-
what your eyes done, or is that what eyes do?
There has to be a pressure inside the eye. The problem is it's the other way around. The pressure can be too high,
Right.
and that's called glaucoma.
Okay.
And that's what I've got. So
Shit.
since the age of, God, 8, I've had this. So I've been in and out of the eye doctors, the ophthalmologists, and I think I got it into my head that it'd be nice to be on the other side of the machines. So from an
Okay.
early age, I kind of thought maybe I want to be a doctor. So
That's insane.
that was my plan.
Right.
Did all the right O grades as they were then, and hires, you know what they are. And I know you
familiar
can't
of.
sit them, but you know what they are. And I got to Glasgow Uni Medical School, and after 3 days, I thought, why am I doing this? I hate this.
Fair enough.
Which is
I would-
great
I would-
timing.
I would be the exact same.
And I thought, what am I going to do with my life now? And I thought, well, I like maths. I do actually like maths. Please don't judge me. I know it's not sexy, but I do like it, and I'm good at it. Why don't I just do a maths degree? Because I don't really know what I'm doing with my life, but a maths degree is a useful degree to have because people think it implies you've got an ordered mind or whatever. You're employable if you have a maths degree.
Yeah.
It means I can buy
So
time.
you can do like algebra and stuff.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't do any of that.
You can wear an algebra.
Well, that's very true. Well, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That was quite
Yeah.
smart.
Do you want to hear a maths joke?
Not really. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, hit me
Do you want
with
to hear
it.
a maths joke? Okay.
Yes.
I always used to sit at the back of the class on my own in calculus because I found it hard to integrate. Now, if you get that or you don't get it, it's fine, but someone out there will get it.
I'm really glad. Do you get it?
What did it? Okay, here's another one. What did 0 say to 8?
I don't know.
Nice belt. Yeah, he likes that one.
I don't get that one either. What does
I'm
that mean?
I'm just trying to think of a maths joke.
0 to 8, nice belt. What is that?
Because, like, imagine that 0, yeah?
Right.
And you put a belt on a 0, it'd become an 8, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's quite a good one, actually.
Yeah, okay, I found your level. That's good. No more maths joke. That's the end of the maths joke segment.
I'm not that
of
stupid,
the pod.
I promise. My God. Right, so
So
you got a maths degree,
yeah.
yes.
So I did a maths degree, and then I got my degree. That was fine, and I'm 21 years old. I still don't really know what I want to do.
So you got that at 21?
Yeah. So yeah,
My God.
graduated at 21. I mean, that's standard for Scotland. You got a degree at 21 because you start at 17, 18, and then you're 40. So 21, 22 years old, right?
Wow.
And I'm thinking, okay, not quite ready for the real world yet. I'll do a postgrad. And because I got a decent degree, I got funding to do a postgrad. So I went down to London and started a postgrad in maths because I'm that sexy. And I just wasn't enjoying it. I probably was a wee bit out of my depth. And I came back to Glasgow and I signed on. I travelled and I watched Neighbours twice a day because you could back then. And I just didn't really know what I wanted to do. And after about a year, I thought, you know what? It's time. Probably become a teacher, which would have been fine, to be honest. But
I think you'd be a really good teacher.
Well, I mean,
but you could always go back to it.
I know. I mean, if this doesn't work out, I mean, if I say something during the course of this podcast and get cancelled, I'll just wear this and become a maths teacher.
But would you never do like private tutoring?
I mean, I did. I used to
Okay.
do that in that year where I was kind of a bit directionless. I did a bit of tutoring for a friend of mine. She ran a study group, and I always remember this. There was a girl. She was 15 years old. And I managed to teach her the equation of a straight line, right? And just honestly, this wee light went on behind her eyes. I thought, if I can do that once a week, then I'll go into teaching.
I don't even know what that is.
sense of satisfaction of actually communicating an idea to someone. But the problem is, it depends what school you're teaching in. There's some schools where it's just crowd control, and you're just there, kind of just herding like violent
That's what
cattle.
mine was like.
Do you know what I mean? So
That's why I'm fucking stupid.
But don't get me wrong. My dad was a maths teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I would be a maths teacher in another life. But
I love that.
So what happened was I had my maths degree, didn't know what to do with it, and then I call it the phone call that changed my life. It was a family friend who I knew from uni as well. And she phoned me up and she said, "What are you doing with your life?" And I said, "Less than nothing." And she said, "This is a bit left field, but she was in the media. She said, "I am producing a radio show and I want to find new presenting talent. And I thought of you." And I said, "I've got a maths degree." Because the thing about a maths degree, right, it's the least creative degree you can do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because there's not even room for opinions in maths. You could argue, if you wanted, that 2 + 2 = 7. You're not going to get your degree. 2 + 2 will always equal 4. So there's no room for opinion or creativity in maths. I'm almost talking myself out of this job. I said, "I've got a maths degree."
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, but I remember you from uni and I think why don't you come in and do an audition
Oh, that's
for this
lovely.
radio show?" So I thought, okay, fine. And I got the job. So then suddenly I'm a radio presenter, right? Now, the thing is, it was and don't look for the show because no one ever listened to it. This is like 30 years ago.
We're going to find
I'm presenting this kind of magazine show, which is light and dark, light and shade. There's like serious stuff.
Was it like a sex magazine?
No, it wasn't like a sex magazine. There are other kinds of magazines.
Well, I was thinking, you said 30 years ago, so I'm like, well, what magazine?
What do you think in 1984 was all sex?
I have no
There's other things. There's angling.
no idea.
There's scuba diving.
Wait, so what was 30 years ago? Is that like
1990.
90?
Well, I was 94 that I started.
Wow,
So,
okay.
yeah, 94.
How many years? That's 30 years ago.
32
you did say
years ago now, yeah. I did say
Wow.
that, to be
Well,
fair.
sorry.
This isn't hard maths, Jerry.
Right, okay.
It's not even maths. It's arithmetic.
Right, okay.
By fuck. So, so that was... suddenly I'm a radio presenter on this regular show on Radio Scotland. But it wasn't even like a comedy show. It was like a magazine show. And it was quite journalistically minded.
That's a big word. Journalistically.
Journalistic. Let's shorten
Journalistic.
it. But what I found myself doing was, when I'd write the links for the show, I'd put little jokes in.
Right.
Because I'd grown up watching television comedy. And
was SNL a thing? But did you watch
no,
that?
no. SNL didn't start. Well, the thing is, we didn't get a lot of the American stuff in
Okay.
the UK. We got some of it, but not all of it.
Right.
So SNL wasn't on my radar till much, much later. But things like British comedy, things like or American comedies like Cheers, British comedies like The Young Ones or The Two Ronnies or God, anything that was on Kenny Everett, stuff that you ask your dad. I would lap up. Me and my brothers would absolutely absorb any TV comedy, because bear in mind as well that back in those days when I was growing up, there was only 4 channels you could watch.
Oh, wow.
So everyone tended to watch the same things. So, oh no, it's true.
4 channels.
You're looking at me like
Were they in black and white? Like, no, not like genuine. Like
genuinely
genuine.
black and white.
That was a genuine question.
No. It was colour by then.
Okay.
It was colour by then.
That's a good question, though.
To be fair, I was born in 1970. And
wow,
I
that's
think
not that long
colour
ago.
came in not that long before I was born. So I
Okay.
only knew colour.
Right, okay.
So I knew the second half of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, which is actually completes the circle.
Yeah, it does.
Wizard of Big Boss.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, my God.
yeah.
There you go. See, full circle moment. I didn't know where he was going there. He was
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know. I did a circle, which is also maths. Pi r squared,
Yeah,
the area of a circle.
The circle of
So,
life.
I would start putting these little jokes in, and that kind of got noticed at Radio Scotland. And
Wow.
that's really what led me to comedy writing,
Oh my
to
God.
sketch writing. And that's really, sketch writing went to sketch acting, went to acting. So that's really I was going to say short story, it ended up being a fucking novel.
Fucking
of
4 hours
how,
later.
I got into this.
That's crazy. I feel like you've lived so many lives. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
I'm 55. When you get to 55, you'll have lived a few lives yourself.
Well, I hope not. Right, let's go on to. So you had your maths degree, and then you went into radio. Let's talk about when you first got the call for your first like TV show. Like, what was it? Was that Still Game your first one, or did you do a few before?
I'm trying to think back. Actually, weirdly, the very, very first TV thing I did. So, I was doing radio presenting, and then that led to a bit of TV presenting.
Right. What did you do on like Good Morning Britain and stuff?
Nothing as big as that. It was
Okay.
it's stuff in Scotland. I
Right.
mean, again, you probably couldn't even find it on YouTube, but I was doing presenting gigs in Scotland. I'm trying to think. There was a show called Citizen Khan, which was I was one of the reporters on it, where I would present a story, and so it's things like that.
Me fucking saying Good Morning Britain.
No.
Like, why the fuck did I say that?
I mean, I would have been happy to have done jobs like that, because I found that I could do like live studio stuff, much like this, really, to be honest. But no, so then I had got into comedy writing, and then the same producer that got me into radio presenting, she phoned me one Sunday morning, right? And she said, "What are you doing today?" I said, "Well, I think I just played football that morning or something." She said, I was just going to chill out today." I said, "I might need a massive favour from you." She said, "I'm filming a kids' drama for the BBC, and an actor hasn't showed up."
Oh.
Okay. And it is to play a shopkeeper. Now, genuinely, this is before Navid, before any of my other
gaggy.
stuff. And I said, to help her out, I did it. And
Wow.
I'd never really acted before, but I just did that. And I remember thinking, this is okay.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
But I didn't think it would lead to anything. And it didn't, to be fair, in itself.
Yeah.
But it's funny, though, that I've just remembered that. You asking me that. I think that was my first acting thing that I ever did. And it's, my God, probably 95, 96. So
Was it
full
Balamory?
my daughter's been in Balamory.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm good pals with Julie Nimmo that plays Miss Hooley.
Oh wow.
And my missus is good pals with her as well, and they were just looking for kids to be in the show.
Oh my god.
So my daughter Ruby, who's now 24,
wow,
was a wee toddler in Balamory in one episode.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
I've not been in Balamory though.
We spoke about this a lot during like the rehearsal process, especially the first few days. Like, how did it feel doing like Panto with me? I'm literally like nearly the same age as your kids. Like, was that like crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to remind myself that you were as young as you are, because my youngest son is, I think, when's your birthday?
24th of December.
So you turned 19.
I turned 19 just before Panto, yeah.
So my son is a month younger than you, and he's my youngest.
My gosh.
So I just have to keep reminding myself. But the beauty of that is that I know what it is to be invisible as a 55-year-old in a house full of kids who I'm irrelevant to them.
That's sad.
No, it's true. It's true. You just get to an age where it's like you try. I've stopped trying to be cool with that generation. There was a time when I knew like what music they were listening to, what they were watching, but just the way that culture's gone, like, you know, like there'll be some YouTuber or something that will come and play the hydro.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You have no idea.
I have no idea. And I used to have an idea. And now I don't. And now I stopped pretending to have an idea. So I'll be driving past the O2 in Glasgow and there'll be, I don't even know what that band is anymore. And I'm going to stop trying because it's too hard.
Oh my God.
So I didn't have to recalibrate for you because I knew that I would say stuff and you'd be like, I have no idea what that old man's
happened
talking
a
about.
lot.
And I get it because I'm used to that kind of eye rolling thing. Like, what's that pensioner talking about now? So,
I would never eye roll. I would just sit there.
I know you didn't know you were doing it.
Oh, did I? Was I eye rolling?
Once you rolled your eye so hard, you reversed time.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm very.
You would never roll your eyes, but I would understand the dynamic in our age difference because I've got kids.
Although I always found you so interesting, and this is why I wanted you on my podcast because, as I said, like you have lived so many lives, and it's like so like cool.
What I've done is I think, and I know this myself. If I'd followed my original path, which is being a doctor, that would have been the really Asian thing to do. You know, to become a doctor and be the people pleaser and please the community, please my parents. Not through my own design. I found myself doing something really quite left field by the standards of the community that I grew up in. And that I find very interesting. I'm still I don't think I'm that interesting a human being, but I've done interesting things. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's the same as me, actually.
Do you know what I mean? I actually think I'm quite dull. I don't really experiment much with things.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying to this...
I'm not agreeing to that.
I was saying this to someone the other day, right? So when I was between the ages of 18 and 21 when I was at uni, I was a hard clubber.
Right.
So Fridays, Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays every week I was in the sub club.
Sundays?
Black market at the sub club.
That's crazy.
I would club hard. Not once in those 3 years did I even take a single pill.
That's
it was
good.
all bottled water and just dancing. I would, I'm not even...
Oh, you mean in pills and drugs?
Yeah, I would never take an ecstasy or speed or
this
anything.
Is so funny that you mentioned this.
Or anything. I would just drink water, not even alcohol, and have the time of my life.
Yeah.
So I think if I were to psychoanalyze myself, I think I have a thing where I need to present myself as controlled and not losing control. It's almost like from a young age, I imagine there were cameras on me.
Yeah.
And that I had to be well
That's
behaved.
Crazy.
Because I find myself in a business where obviously there's lots of temptations in my business and lots of opportunities to go off the beaten path, but I never do. I do the work and then I go home. It's funny when we were doing the Still Game Live at the Hydro, in the first show, which was 2014, I get to do this amazing thing on stage where, just to explain to anyone that hasn't seen the show, there's a whole thing where Isa takes makes soup out of mushrooms that she's picked.
Oh, I have seen this, and then you do that full number.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
So basically,
I was like, he can dance.
well, after a couple of weeks of rehearsal, I can dance. So basically, it's Navid with 8 dancers giving it a full Bollywood routine.
Yeah,
right?
so fair.
Now the beauty is that the way that it's staged, and anyone that came to one of the 21 shows will know this, is that there's a scene in the pub in The Klansman where Isa's had this mushroom soup. So you know she's going to have a hallucinogenic experience because she's been picking mushrooms in October, right?
Oh, right, okay.
So they're kind of leading the audience. Is
that a bad thing?
Well, it's hallucinogen. It's the magic mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, okay.
So the audience is being led to believe. Because in the show, she says, I've made mushroom soup, which I picked myself in October. Winks to audience.
Right, okay.
It's telling them something weird's going to happen now because I'm about to have an episode. What they don't know is that episode is going to be a full-on Bollywood dance.
Oh my God.
With me in the full outfit, right? So what I get to see 21 times as the stairs are wheeled out is 10,000 people going, what the fuck?
That is crazy.
Eyes like hubcaps.
Wow.
So I got that 21 times, right?
Man,
so it's like I'm
crazy.
full on Freddie Mercury. Okay?
Right.
Except that it's in the Hydro. The Glasgow Hydro, which is a 14-minute drive from my house. So then I'm driving home. So I remember once, I think we were 10 shows into the run, okay? I just had my Freddie Mercury moment again.
Right.
Standing ovation, people loving everything. And there's a slight after party. I say that, it's Pringles and a warm Budweiser, which I didn't even have. And then in what looked like a fucking hostage situation in the Hydro. Horrible room. And then I drove home and my Mrs. Fiona was waiting up. I think she was watching Big Brother or something.
Love that.
And she said, "How did you get on tonight?" I said, "Yo, yeah, another standing ovation. I got some milk for the cereal in the morning." And she said, "What?" I said, "Well, the kids need." And
That's crazy to do.
So that was that's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
me being quite kind of grounded and
Yeah.
doing the sensible thing despite the lifestyle.
I mean, it must be so weird going literally from the hydro then to say getting milk for your
Well,
kids.
well, this is it. And I was
crazy.
I was dropping my kids off at school the next day and then doing my Freddie Mercury again
At the
night.
hydro. That's like huge.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was surreal when I drive past the hydro now. I remind myself, because I've got to see Prince in the hydro.
Oh my
I was on the
gosh.
same stage as Prince was.
Yeah.
And that blows my mind.
That is like insane.
But it's lovely.
And imagine you telling yourself that while you were sat doing maths, like in your classroom. That's crazy. But going back, I want to talk about like more of the drug thing, like back to when you said like when you were 18, like 21, that you didn't get like trapped into that. It's so crazy that that's like came up because it's such like a thing that's very much like going around my friend group right now of like, it's hard to explain, but I never used to drink until like last year, and then everyone like in the gay drag community like obviously like dabbles and tries it once, and we're going through this thing right now where my friend tried it and then they're like trying it again, and it's like I always feel like weird because I've like never dabbled in it, and it's like did you not feel like the odd one out because you haven't?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I guess what I'd say, yeah. I mean, even things like cannabis or whatever, I just felt like, here's the thing. I think, for
That's
example,
such a random question, but like it's
well,
normal,
no,
isn't it?
No, it's valid and it's very current because, Christ, schools in Glasgow, they're awash with drugs now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I don't think anyone. I
Horrible.
don't know anyone did it at my school. Probably.
No, the thing is that, like, I would argue that, alcohol is legal, right? Cannabis is not legal. Now, I've seen more damage done with alcohol abuse than I have with cannabis abuse.
Right.
The worst thing I've seen with cannabis abuse is that someone might eat 3 kebabs because they're starving.
Fucking hell.
Alcohol abuse, people get violent. People drive drunk, all the rest of it. Cannabis abuse, as far as I can tell, cannabis is a force of good. Alcohol isn't always a force of good if it's overused, right? And yet, alcohol is legal, cannabis isn't. But because alcohol is legal and legalized, if you go to a bar and ask for a VBL or a pint of Magners or gin and tonic or rum and coke, which is my favorite,
I've never had that before.
You know
actually.
that it's going to be fine. It's all legal. It hasn't come. You know what I mean. It's not being smuggled up someone's arse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck's sake.
So when you buy alcohol, you know that's fine.
Yeah.
When you buy drugs, you don't. It could be cut
That's
with
true.
anything. So I think for me, I say I'm not going to go near that. You might be telling me that's ecstasy, but I don't know what it is.
That's true. Yeah.
It could be cut with anything. You might be telling me that's coke. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to touch it. That could be Beecham's. That could be Vim. It could be anything.
And that's exactly why, like, I would never go near that.
And it's a very, very valid reason not to.
Yeah.
And also, you have to ask yourself, what is it you hope to achieve?
Well, exactly. I don't see like what the point is.
Now,
in
don't get
doing
me
it.
wrong. Okay, so I know writers that swear by, say, mushrooms, and they say it opens the doors of your mind in terms
Right.
of being creative. Like
Okay.
you will see things that you don't normally see, and I get that.
I mean, that fucking probably is true.
And when I hear the arguments for cannabis, which is it will chill you down, it will relax you, it'll make you... Because believe it or not, I mean, I know I'm chatting a mile a minute. I was the shy guy when I was a kid. I found it hard I could never cold walk into a room and just chat to people. Still find it quite hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier for me now because, especially in Scotland, people tend to know who I am.
Yeah.
A lot of the groundwork's been done. And then people will talk to you, and then that's fine. If they made the first move,
Yeah.
I don't feel insecure. But I find it hard to cold start conversations. So if you're saying to me, have a bang on that doobie and you'll feel more
Fucking
relaxed.
hell.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I guess you have to ask yourself, what is it you want to achieve? If
Yeah.
you want to be a mad party animal, I don't... we mentioned cocaine. I don't know anyone that becomes a better person with that cocaine. I
Yeah.
just see it turning people into massive assholes. Why would you want that in your life?
I agree. Well, going back to when you saying like you're a shy person and people speak to you first, when this happened a lot of times during Panto, so we'd obviously like go out for food and like lunch and stuff. Now there was a time that we went out at one of the theatres, I don't remember what one, and we were walking around to the shop.
Yes,
Do you remember?
it was
And then
Dumbarton.
Where was it?
Dumbarton. Do you
Dumbarton.
remember it was that horrible kind of like concrete
Ah,
shopping centre
I didn't know what you were going to say
where
there.
everything was shut.
Yeah.
Remember? Yes.
It was a place that we were at. But and people came up to you and they were like, "Oh my God, we've got tickets to tonight and we loved you on Still Game and all this stuff." And it was so nice to just see it was nice to see you get recognised, and I just for once stood there and was like, "Hi."
I did feel bad.
Oh no, don't be silly.
I didn't mean to throw shade.
Oh no, don't worry. I think when I go to like DragCon and stuff, a lot of the time like the people I go with, like people obviously don't know the people that I'm with. So it's fucking normal. Like obviously they're not gonna know me. But I think it was so nice to see like you like get recognised and stuff. I mean, Still Game. How long ago was that finished now?
It finished. We finished on the telly in 2019.
Wow.
And that was
So
also,
just before lockdown.
Just before lockdown. That was also the last live show we did. So it's not been. We've not made new Still Game in any form.
Is it going to come back?
I mean, never say never. Because in the TV show we all die. But I mean, it's not a massive
well said.
spoiler.
I've not seen it.
It's
Fuck's
not
sake.
a massive spoiler. But the way they do it,
Y'all died.
It's actually really beautiful. What they do is everyone just fades away in this montage.
Right.
And then the last shot is Bobby as an older man,
Okay.
grey hair, in the bar saying, "Look who it is, isn't he?" And it's almost like saying that everyone passed away but Bobby.
Right.
But Craig Lang still exists as a place.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that if Ford and Greg, and it's completely up to them, they are the puppet masters. They created and wrote the whole thing. If they wanted to, if they had a big enough idea to bring us back, be it for a live show or be it for a new series, even be it for a one Christmas special, people would ignore the fact we're all dead and say, well, they probably just jumped back in the timeline.
Oh, I love that. That would be so nice.
So I mean, look, I love playing Navid. I love, especially now, because Navid kind of is a version of my dad. And my dad's no longer with us. So it'd be lovely for me to almost keep Navid going.
That's so lovely. Wow. Oh my God.
So I'm never going to say no. Also, on a slightly more serious note, right? It's been so gratifying, especially that younger people get the show, but especially that they like Navid. Because if you think of the current political climate, right, it's horrible in terms of people like Reform, like whipping up racial hatred and hatred of anything that is different from their fucking experience, right? If you have got this high profile, okay, he's fictional, but he looks different. He's this Muslim Asian guy in his 70s. Oh, by the way, he opens his mouth. Oh, I recognize that guy. Oh, he's actually quite like me. You get to know, because Ford and Greg have been so skillful in writing the character, and I bring my authenticity to the character. They feel like they know this guy, and he's different from them, but they realize that, how different is he? Maybe 5%? He's just this sarky guy who's quite rude to his wife and rude to his customers, and we like him.
It is fucking hilarious.
So, if you don't have any Asians in your life, but you like that fictional one, then my work is done.
100%.
So that's another reason why I've loved playing Navid, and I love it when kids love Navid, because kids will cross the road to tell you if you're shit. So
that's true.
They will make
that means you must be really good if they like it.
So if kids like it, you can take that to the bank because they don't have an agenda. So yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Wow. Look at you giving some inspirational words to the public. No, I think it is so important though, especially as you said, like with right now, like it is crazy what's happening in the world.
Do you know, it's horrible, like, scary. You know, because you and I are, you know, neither of us fits the white male heterosexual template, okay? So we are both in danger of being othered and of being seen as, you know, having just being other or having the wrong lifestyle or the wrong ethnicity. And as someone that grew up in the UK, I wasn't actually born in Scotland, but I've been here since I was 3 years old. I feel like Scotland and Glasgow is my home. And if any bastard tells me it isn't, I'll have words. I'll have words for them. And, you know, same for you. If anyone says to you, you know, for whatever reason, fucking no.
I'll
no,
fucking
not
kill
having it. Absolutely not having it. I think we need to be quite vocal about that.
100%.
I cannot believe what's happening to the world.
It is crazy.
You know, you watch what's happening in the States with ICE and all the rest of it, and you think, well, that won't happen here.
Exactly.
And then
it's
shit happens here.
It's
and
so scary.
No, it's horrible. So if I can do my wee bit of trying to almost humanize this Asian Muslim guy, then so be it. I'm here for it.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow. It is, it is crazy because you always see stuff in America and you go, oh, that's not going to happen here. Or you see stuff in different places and it is like, I mean, it could happen here.
And it is happening.
There's stuff happening all around us and it's like so,
I can't believe it.
Like it makes me so scared for the future. Like I literally don't know, like, especially like with, not to like make it about myself, but like with drag especially, like, I mean, with the way drag's going in America, like we could be back in basements, like literally in like 5 years.
Completely.
Like it's so scary.
Someone said to me that it was almost like, it was the day that Trump got elected, wherever that was, 2018, whatever it was, I can't remember the first time, right? They got into a plane, and while they were in the air, Trump got elected. And when they landed, they said they could feel the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They felt like the bigots had been emboldened, and that maybe someone that would hurt someone. And then we think about in Scotland, if someone was sitting in his house, right, and was homophobic or racist, but felt like, I'm not going to say anything, and then you see people like reform counsellors getting in, they're going to say, yeah, fuck it. They're going to go on social networks and find equally bigoted people, and they're going to feel emboldened.
They are.
And they'll come for you. They'll come for me.
Yeah.
And we can't let that happen.
I know. It is weird.
It's horrible.
Not us all fucking ruining the mood, honey. But I think it's so important to have these conversations, especially like on a platform that we've both got. Like I think it's good to use our platform properly.
You and I have got a personal responsibility. So I'm going to suggest this. If you brown up, I'll drag up.
I'll get fucking cancelled. What do you mean I'll brown up?
My express permission to brown up. We'll give you a name.
That is fucking
We'll call you.
You're crazy.
Your Cherry West now. We'll call you Lamberiani. That'll be your Asian drag name.
Bitch, I'm gonna get.
And I'll drag
cancelled.
up, and I'll be called Lorna Sausage.
Oh my God, you've been fucking thinking about that for ages, haven't you?
Just thought of it now.
Oh really?
No, not really. I've often wondered what my drag name would be, and I think Lorna Sausage.
Have you got any other options? Lorna Sausage. Lorna Sausage. What is that?
Lorna, you know, Lorna Sausage is in square sausage.
Oh, well,
see, my favourite drag name was
oh my
always.
God, you make me out to be so dumb. I'm sick of it.
My favourite drag name was I loved Bag of Chips and Tina Beans.
Love Bagger.
But they both taken. I'll take Tina Beans.
Tina Beans.
Tina Beans.
Oh, okay.
So Tina Beans has been taken.
Right.
Otherwise,
So,
I'd have taken Tina Beans. So Lorna Sausage is.
Lorna. I like that though. It's fierce. What's your favourite episode that you've ever filmed of like Still Game River City or like Midsummer Murders?
Oh.
Like, what's your favourite? What was your favourite project?
Oh, favourite project. I mean, I've been so lucky. Still Game was wonderful. I did a show called Look Around You, where I played a character called Synthesizer Patel, and that was possibly my favourite job to do. If I tried to explain why, you would glaze over. But that was wonderful. Just look it up on YouTube.
I will have a look.
Synthesizer Patel. But you know, look, Navid has been a joy.
Yeah.
It's lovely to play a character that you like and that you can resonate with. And that's been amazing. So yeah. It'd probably be Still Game.
Was that the biggest you've done?
Definitely. I'd say in terms of like globally, I did a show, and this is another beautiful job that's happening again, Department Q.
Okay.
Which is a Netflix show I did last year. It's all set in Edinburgh.
Oh, I remember you telling me you were doing that again this year.
And that was like the number 2 show in the States, the number 1 show in Australia, the number 1 show here.
That's huge.
It's a globally good show that happens to be set in Edinburgh, and most of the cast are Scottish.
Okay, that's great.
So that was amazing. I mean, I was getting texts from people in Australia, like family friends, saying, I didn't know you were in this thing. And I said, well, I didn't know they were going to put it on Australia. Otherwise
that's fierce, though.
So that's nice. And I've definitely felt, because, you know, the industry is changing, and we can make shows here that can have a global profile.
Yeah.
And so that's more of that kind of thing. I'd love, I'd love to work in the States. I'd love to work anywhere.
Same.
I just did a self-tape for a job. I mean, I've not got the gig, and I may not get the gig, but they'd film it in Malaysia.
Where's that?
Basically out towards Australia.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I've never been to Australia.
Wow,
So I'd
I
love
really
to
want to go.
Australia
Should we go to Australia together?
Let's go to Australia together.
I really want to go to Sydney.
So you're called, was it Lamberiani?
Yeah, that's what you said.
So
my
Lamberiani. Well, why don't we do
Should
our
we do
version?
a duet?
We'll do our version of Priscilla. where you're Lambriani and
Jesus
I'm Lorna
Christ.
Sausage.
Okay.
We'll need the third one, and we'll go.
Who's
going to
be the third?
Well, that's your job to find.
Gail can be the third.
Gail can be the third.
That would be crazy. We'll take it on tour to Australia. It's coming soon, guys. Get your tickets. That's crazy. Well, that'd be huge. I hope you get it. That's like so exciting that you could do that.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. It was. I love working in Scotland, and I know I have a certain profile in Scotland, and that's really, really good. But
it is good though to be like international.
but I would, there are people out with Scotland that I want to work with, not because they're more talented. It's just variety.
I was gonna say, what's that supposed to mean?
No, not at all. No.
I'm really kidding.
No. Genuinely, what I'll say is this: is that they've always been hugely talented storytellers in Scotland, and when I say storytellers, I mean singers, songwriters, actors, musicians, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Right? We are not. We really, really punch above our weight. There's a reason why a certain person in this room is going to the States quite soon. It's because side eye. It's because
Fucking hell.
we now have the infrastructure whereby someone in LA can see something from Scotland and say, "Oh." Now, bear in mind that when I started in the business, so if I wanted to be recognized in the States, there was no YouTube.
Yeah,
there was
that's
no
very
Netflix.
true.
So things are being globalized and democratized in a way that they weren't before. And what it means is that you must have noticed this on YouTube and TikTok. Really, really funny Scottish people being really, really funny and Scottish in their own accent.
Yep.
I'm just being funny.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what
saying
they love.
they're funny, but I don't understand what they're saying. They're just being funny.
Yeah.
And they're Scottish. They're from Dalkeith. They're from wherever. That's lovely. And that we definitely need to lean into that.
I agree. I think we do need more Scottish representation in the world.
We're funny people and we're dramatic people.
I agree. And that leads me to my next question. I was going to say, what's your dream role? Because like you've done loads so far, but like what's like your
I would
big
love to play Margaret Thatcher.
Why?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
I'm very good at the voice.
Oh my god.
That's a very good question.
That's your Snatch game for Drag Race.
I would love to play a hard man because I'm soft
Like a big
as shite.
straight hard man.
Because I'm soft as shite. I've
would
never
love
been
to
in a
do
fight
that
in my
too.
life. I
Really?
wouldn't know what to do. No,
I don't think I have either. I always run away.
'Cause how tall are you?
5, 10, 11,
Yeah,
10,
and you're
9.
about 6'7" in heels, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thing is, I can, if I straighten my back and I can.
So you think you'd be like a big...
What?
What?
Oh, your
That's your self-tape finished. There you go. You got the job.
I could play hard bastard.
Okay.
It would be fun to try.
And you've played a police officer before. You played like an inspective.
I've been a cop. I've been several shopkeepers, a few pharmacists, a couple of doctors.
Pharmacist. That's
I've
an
been a
odd one.
pharmacist in a thing.
What was that for?
It was a short film.
Oh, right, okay. Such a random one.
I tend to get figures of authority because I have quite a low voice and people tend to believe what I'm saying to them.
I agree.
And the Queen fell down today, she did. Yeah, so people,
I see you as a good police officer.
So I can do headmasters and I can do...
You'd be good at that as well.
Yeah. So I would love to have a go at something that's maybe out with my wheelhouse, something like say a hard bastard.
I would love to see you play like a big
pure
camp.
dead camp or something.
I was going to say, I'd love to see you like play like a camp teacher.
I mean, so who here knows the equation of a straight line?
Fuck off.
So what it is,
Always got to bring in the maths.
What it is? No, it has to be maths. I can't maths teacher. Why not? Maths is everywhere. It's everywhere.
Well, it is everywhere.
So I would love to do something.
You were good at that. I want to see that.
Well, this is my self-tape for that.
You're using this in audition? Fuck
Whoever's
off.
watching, I'm here.
You're really good at that. Well, you're
I
an
don't know why
actor,
that
I
is.
suppose. So you were doing a lot of accents, actually. I mean, we're going to wrap up, but you're doing a lot of accents. Can you do say some stuff in Irish and stuff?
Irish, well, north or south?
I don't know what the fucking difference is.
when I tend to do Irish, it tends to I'm from Belfast. Would you like a bashwaring on? Have you had a shower today? Was it a bar shower? And did you take any flowers in with you? So I tends to be from the north, and that tends to be a bit more Belfast. Whereas if it was Dublin, no, that would be softer, depending on where you're from. That's a bit more like
scary.
Terry Wogan, Donegal, something to get altogether different. But
it blows my mind the fact like you've not had any like training. You just went from doing maths to radio to TV, and you can do all these fucking accents and all this stuff. Like it's insane.
See, it turns out that my actual education was watching television. It turns out I didn't know that when it was happening. So yeah.
So you actually trained by watching the telly, honey.
But, yeah. So when I think of doing an accent, I think of someone that I've seen.
Right. Okay, that's quite smart actually. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap up on the episode.
But I had so much more to say.
What else do you want to
In
say?
the Belgian accent.
Oh, fucking hell, you're going.
No, c'est fini.
What accent's that?
Je ne sais pas.
What accent? I don't even know what accent that
Sud de
is.
France.
That's French. The only
Oui.
accent I can do is like Welsh.
Go on then.
Oh no, I'm gonna be put on the spot.
Go on. And
This is my
it better
Celtic.
not sound Asian.
No, fuck off. I'm from Wales. That's good, isn't it?
Now, who are you thinking of when you do that? Is it like Youth Jones are you thinking of?
I don't know who that is.
From Gavin and Stacey.
Oh, I
Is it
love
no-
her.
Yeah. I'm from Wales.
I'm from Wales. Can I do Irish? It's like no.
No.
That's all I can say. No.
That's-
You know what it is?
I'll tell you a joke now, which you may or may not get.
Oh, I might get this one.
Which actor's name do you say at the end of a restaurant meal in Belfast?
I don't know.
Bill Nye.
Oh my god.
Bill Nye.
I get it. Yeah. I get that one. That was good actually. Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
What else? I'm trying to think of what other accents that I can do. You know, I can
you
do
do-
Liverpool.
Oh, go on
I'm
then.
fucking dripping gale.
Nice.
I'm a professional
Can
actor
you do
now.
Manchester?
Oh, I can't do Manchester.
What? Cornwall.
I don't even know where that is. Hell.
Can you do Geordie like Newcastle?
I'm from Newcastle.
No, but okay.
That was quite
What's the
shite.
difference between a kangaroo and
He
a
loves a fucking joke, doesn't he? Such
What's
a
the
dad.
difference between a kangaroo,
Kangaroo.
and a kangaroot?
And a kangaroo. I don't know.
A kangaroo is a bouncy Australian animal,
Right.
and a kangaroot is a Geordie stuck in a lift. A kangaroo.
Fuck off. That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was probably the first joke I've ever heard that was quite funny actually from you. That was funny.
I know, right?
Oh my god, I wish you said that at the start. No, I'm joking.
Why I'm offended, like you gonna go take a run and fuck to yourself, like.
You're really. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Right, Sanj, where can we find you on social media? If you probably don't even know your fucking Instagram, where can we find you if they don't follow you already?
So annoyingly, where I've got the most followers is X, but X
the
Elon's
fuck
driven it
uses
into a
that
bit into a
nowadays?
fucking hedge.
Do you still use it?
Do you know what? I sometimes
Imagine
check,
him sat like tweeting at 2 a.m.
I sometimes check things on there, but I don't. I try not to post there. I've done it by
Right.
mistake a couple of times when I'd forgotten. So Instagram, just look for my name, Terminator Sanj.
Why is it Terminator Sanj? What does that mean?
Because I am a huge fan of Public Enemy. And their
that?
DJ was a hip hop band from the late 80s, early
Okay.
90s. And their DJ was called Terminator X.
Ah, okay.
And when I was looking for email handles, they were all taken. So I
Right.
thought I just said, Terminator Sanj. And then
That's crazy.
that was, so I've kept that.
Well, there you go. I love that.
I'm on.
You're now going to get loads of emails, like
Thank
baby
you.
reindeer.
So it's Instagram, Blue Sky, which is what.
What the fuck is
So
that?
that's the thing. Blue
Oh
Sky.
my God.
Basically, if you imagine what Twitter was 10 years ago when it was lovely and it was like a playground, it was wordplay and nice people being nice to each other.
Right.
So Blue Sky is kind of like Twitter used to be.
Okay.
Annoyingly,
Next, he's going to fucking tell us his MySpace username.
and my MySpace account
Shut up.
is so basically if you just anything you want to say to me, just write it on the walls at the toilets in St Vincent Street.
Where the fuck's that? Is that
joking.
Glasgow? Oh. Find him
So,
on a
so
local
yeah,
corner.
so I mean Instagram. I'm trying to build up my Instagram,
Okay, I'll help you.
and Blue Sky.
I still don't know what that is.
Facebook. I'm Facebook. You can find me on Facebook.
For
I'm
fuck's
55
sake.
for fuck's
You're
sake.
fucking. Do you know what, guys? Just don't look for him, okay?
Don't look for me, 'cause I'm
Leave him
not
alone. Well, thank you so much for coming on this episode. I really
It's been
appreciate it.
fun.
It's been so nice to like get a different perspective on life.
Yeah. That was almost sincere. Saying a Welsh accent.
Oh, fuck off. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching this week's episode of Cherry on Top. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, let me know who you want on next, and make sure to follow me on all social medias at Cherry West UK.
Otherwise known as Lamberiani.
Oh, fuck off. We're not going with that. Thank you so much, guys. Say bye. Say bye. Bye.